Hey guys, welcome back to Wildcats Sports Network. Today is Tuesday, March the 10th. Today is a sunny but cloudy day in Kentucky. Today in history, Magic Johnson had 20 assists. That was 33 years ago. And also, 16 years ago, T-Mac scored 50 points in a game, which is legendary, because T-Mac was a really good player. Now, so today we are going to talk about the rankings for sports, the college basketball sports, and we'll talk about some college baseball too. And the Bracketology also came out, which is very important for Kentucky, because we need to get a good seed, because the better seed, the better off we are playing and getting to the Final Four. Honestly, I think our goal this year is to get to the Final Four, and that is not an easy goal. I mean, we got to pass through some good teams, but UNC and VT, Virginia Tech, are at halftime with North Carolina up by 6. And also Northern Kentucky and Illinois Chicago is in the second half with Northern Kentucky up by 10. So I hope they win that game. I hope they do real good. Pittsburgh beat Wake today, 81-72. Pittsburgh's really turned it around. And then St. Mary's and Gonzaga play tonight for the championship. I'm still going to go with St. Mary's, as I said earlier on our first podcast, BBN Network. Go follow them and also follow me. I'm so ecstatic with the way St. Mary's has played. I mean, they can knock off. They really can. They can knock off Gonzaga tonight, and I really do think that they have a pretty good odds to do that. So we'll get into the rankings for the college basketball. This will be the last ranking, I'm pretty sure, that will come out before the seeds. Yeah, this will be the last one before the seeds come out. Not sure if they do any after the seeds. But, I mean, a lot of things happened. We didn't drop much. I'll just say this. We dropped 2. We're number 8 now. We dropped 2 after losing to Tennessee, which is not surprising. San Diego State drops 1 to 6. Baylor drops 1 to 5. Florida State goes up 3 to 4. Dayton 3. Gonzaga 2. Kansas 1. Michigan State went up 7, so they're 9 now. Duke went up to 10. Villanova to 11. Maryland to 12. Oregon 13. BYU 14. BYU also lost, so they'll go down. Louisville 15. They've dropped 5. Seton Hall 16. They dropped 8. Virginia 17. Wisconsin 18. Ohio State 19. Auburn 20. Illinois 21. West Virginia 22. Houston 23. Butler 24. And Iowa 25. Penn State and Michigan dropped from the rankings. Let's see, LSU got some votes. East Tennessee State almost climbed the rankings, and so did Stephen F. Austin and Providence, which is big for these Little B schools. And UCLA and Belmont, all of them, St. Mary's, almost. The coaches poll that we were 7, we only dropped 1. It's because Cal coached really good under pressure. But Michigan State, they're 12, Louisville 14, Duke 10, Kentucky 7, Kansas 1. The top 6 are the same. I think they had. Did they have Creighton over us? I think they had Creighton at 7. Let me look and see. Yeah, they had Creighton at 7. I disagree. I think Kentucky's on a better level than Creighton is. That's why they should be ranked higher. So we're going to go into a little break. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to Wildcats Sports Network. Today is March 10th. It's grinding down spring. Spring is almost here. So that means not that long away from the 2020 election that happens in November. So my personal reasons on the election, just vote what your heart says, but there's a particular guy who we would want to vote for and that we believe that has did right things, and that's Donald Trump. So just see what your heart says. I just want to tell you that we're not slamming anybody. We don't want to do that on this podcast. We just want to promote the good, and Trump, he did the good, so that's why we're saying that he should probably be elected. Now, to say that, the bracketology, as you know, it's really big around this time due to the March Madness is literally 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. So, I mean, it's huge. It really is, and we don't want to be reminded. Well, we want to be reminded about the bracketology, so that's why Joe Lenardi does the bracketology thing. So now we're gonna look at the bracketology, and I mean, honestly, we've really achieved a lot. We really have. From where we were, we've really achieved a lot. We really have. I was just ecstatic with the way Joe Lenardi put us, and I mean, the two seed's really good. That's what they got us. They got us a 2 seed in the bracket, and that is, I mean, the best we could do. Let's see if they updated it any. So this is yesterday. They got Creighton 2, they got Duke 3, they got Wisconsin 4, BYU 5, Kansas 1 in the Midwest. Now in the East, they got Dayton 1, they got Butler 5, Maryland 4, Villanova 3, Kentucky 2. This is the bracket that we all wanted. We got to face a tough Dayton team. And it's fine because Dayton's not the best when Obi Toppin shut down. Now Baylor is the 1 seed in the South, Auburn the 5, Oregon the 4, Michigan State the 3, Florida State the 2. So this will be a really good bracket. Maybe Northern Kentucky can knock off an upset. Number 1 seed is Gonzaga in the West. They are like every year. Ohio State 5, Louisville 4, Seton Hall 3, San Diego State 2. Now, my Final Four, as now updated, is Seton Hall in the West. In the South, I'm going to take Michigan. No, I'm going to take Florida State. In the East, Kentucky. And in the Midwest, Kansas. I think Kansas and Kentucky battle it out in the championship. Kentucky wins. So I'm not sure if the Midwest plays the East, or I'm not sure. But either way, I think Kentucky will make it to the championship no matter what. It's just I've always did it, and I always will continue. So, do you want to show your brackets and get points for it? Download the ESPN Tournament app or Tournament Challenge app, and you can make your bracket right on electronically and get points and see what you're graded instead of having to do it yourself. I do it personally every year. I have been for a little bit. I always think that I just always want to see how I do. And last year I had at least over 90% correct. I just had Kentucky winning, so that brought it down a lot. So that's why just go download the app so you can play. You can play with your friends, and also baseball season's coming up, or MLB is. But the college baseball has already started, and Kentucky has made a big run. That's what I've known. I'm not sure what they are now, but I've heard that they've won 5 games in a row, which is great because we've not been the best in the recent years. So we beat Western 10-4. So I guess we're 11-5 or 11-6 this year, which is really high for our standards. We're 11-6, won 6 games in a row. We were 5-6, but we've really picked it up. We really have, and we're 10-3 at home, 0-3 away. So we lost to Texas Christian 3 times, beat Southeast Missouri State, beat Appalachian State in a 3-game series. So that's 4-3. And then we beat Tennessee Tech, that's 5. And then lost triple header to UNCW. So now that was the last game that we lost. And we've won every single game since. So very ecstatic with the way the team's playing now. But we have a hard road coming up ahead, so we play Nashville Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which will be some hard games because Vanderbilt's one of the best in the country. Then we play Indiana, Florida, Morehead State, Mississippi State, Xavier, Alabama, Louisville, Louisiana State, UTM, Auburn, Louisville again, Missouri, Tennessee, Wright State, South Carolina, Northern Kentucky, Georgia, and then the SEC baseball tournament. Now this year, I would be surprised if we don't make the SEC tournament. And the reason for is we're Kentucky, and we always seem to pull it around in SEC tournament. But like our football, it's different. You cut teams out, like you cut and you only keep 2. But in the SEC tournament, you drop 4. So we gotta be in the top 10 to make it to the tournament. We haven't made it to the tournament in 2 years. After making it to the College World Series, I think it was. Let me look that up. I think we made it to the College World Series. But let's see, when did Kentucky baseball make it to the college